Hey, we meet again, Jimmy High Roller. Hey, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. I probably don't have the take you want. So if you don't like my take, bro, I don't know what to tell you. But this is LeBron Glaze off, so I think we
Ranking
good. I
NBA
think we good
players
today.
is useless, but it's also really fun. Every
I think
NBA
it's
fan
good.
at some point has created their own ranking. It's like our official pastime at this point. And with the game as data-driven and awards and accomplishments as absolute as the NBA has, you'd think ranking players would be
Hey, I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna be honest. If this nigga give me an explanation to say Jordan's a GOAT, Jimmy High Roller, you might be shadow banned from Putankly now, unless it's a Glaze off.
fairly simple task. But despite the countless efforts to make a flawless, coherent all-time ranking of NBA players, no one can seem to get it quite right. Some players ranked too high, others too low, some not even ranked at all. Make any of these
KD
mistakes
ranked,
and your
but
ranking will immediately get dismissed. The
yeah.
latest attempt of this fleeting
Niggas be
endeavor
like,
came
oh my
last
gosh,
week from
Kobe
Bleacher
number 8.
Report
This
when
list
they
is
released their
ass.
top
I'm
100
like,
NBA players ever list.
guess.
A ranking that seemed relatively good,
Oh, my
but
nigga,
was met with an
yeah,
onslaught
Kobe,
of
I think.
criticism. Like everyone else that made an attempt before them, this list was not accurate. Not good enough. Why is it so difficult to make an all-time ranking that we can all
KD at
agree
80?
on? I mean, we all have our own opinion, our own personal bias. Is it even possible to make such a list? And if we could, how would we even create it?
Wait, my nigga, is this how they do their listings? It's not like reversed from 100 to like first, and the 100th page is number 1. I'm gonna be honest, if that's how Bleacher Report does their list, bro, let's just take all their qualifications. They not 4PF, my nigga. They not verified and vouched. They can't merge none of that shit. If niggas is clickbaiting list and it don't go from uh like, last place to first place, bro, fuck your list. Or don't go from first place to last place, like fuck your list. If the second if top 10 is not top 10 and it's a nigga in 87th in the top 30, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm so serious.
Well,
They got
believe it or
MJ
not,
number
there
1. I mean,
is
that
a
makes sense
method
though.
that we can use to rank every
let's be
player
real,
in
though. We know these
NBA
niggas be dick
history
sucking LeBron
with
Michael.
shockingly good accuracy. It doesn't use
Niggas not
any
LeBron
numbers or data,
sexuals
no
like us.
formulas or advanced metrics. It is a method way simpler than you would ever think, and yet manages to get results with nearly 100% accuracy. Even crazier, we actually use this method all the time. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Whether you're looking for concert tickets or the best seats at the game, SeatGeek has it all. The #1 rated ticketing app with over 28 million downloads. On SeatGeek, there are more than 70,000 listed events, from sports to concerts to
Oh my
festivals
gosh,
and
my
more.
bad. This is what happens when you
At
text in
Top
videos.
100
You accidentally get hit with a
Among
SeatGeek
some of
ad.
the more glaring
Don't
complaints
text
about Bleacher
while you do
Report's
reactions,
list
you get hit with
include
a
Shea
SeatGeek ad.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the now
Let me lock in.
MVP, Finals MVP, and
loud enough,
champion,
though?
not even making the list. Jason Tatum landing at 93. John Stockton ranked ahead of players like Chris Paul and Kawhi Leonard, and of course Kobe Bryant falling outside of the top 10. Despite
Niggas is
polling their
mad.
staff of NBA experts, writers, and editors, the results of this
I don't
comprehensive
think
ranking
that's
only
bad,
lets
though.
people confused and annoyed. Ranking players should not be this difficult, and yet it is. But to understand why it's so
opinion-based,
difficult,
bro.
we first need to understand why every ranking, no matter how thought out it is, how logical the criteria is, how much data was used, always falls short. One popular approach that
Oh, wait, hold on. Let him speak.
some fans and experts have taken over the years is the formula method. Create a point-based system and apply those points to various factors.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'd say a tier list and try to use the most context for their situation and what the meta was in the league. I think it's just like video games. You're not gonna rank a character, and a character in S tier could be 5th place, but some people feel like that 5th place S tier could be number 1, the best character in the game. So you could have Kobe in S tier, which S tier could just mean top 10. But niggas think everybody in S tier is argument for number 1, which is top 10. So niggas don't have to be mad when you got Kobe in A tier. but niggas would be mad. So you put him in S tier, but you put the nigga on the last of S tier. Niggas don't give a fuck then.
Like career stats,
just argue, you
accolades,
feel
and
me? Get your
impact
engagement
to
back,
make
bro.
an objectively accurate ranking. A method that has been tested countless
Or you put him in
times
the GOAT
with
tier, which you
varying
had, like,
levels
Tim
of
Duncan,
success.
Shaq,
Last year, John
LeBron,
Hollinger,
all
longtime
them type of
NBA
niggas.
analyst and a man credited with creating some of the first advanced NBA statistics, created a formula to determine his all-time top 100 list. His criteria being a point-based system that put varying levels of weight into factors like MVP shares, finals MVPs, win shares, and career box plus minus.
That
A
might work,
formula
who
that
knows?
resulted in LeBron as the GOAT, Jordan second, Kareem third, Duncan fourth, and Karl
Karl
Malone
Malone fifth? Ah, niggas not
all
rocking
time.
with that
This
list, bro. Never mind.
also features Harden at 13,
Wilt is 6
Hakeem
and Larry at 7.
19,
Fuck,
Steph all the way
yeah.
down at 27, and
Nigga, first of all, any modern, there's my nigga. LeBron is the
features Harden at 13.
my nigga. LeBron James is the only nigga in the top 10 to touch a basketball in the last 10 years, almost. Like, man, fuck no niggas don't care about this list. So but he also not retired, yeah, bro.
Hakeem at 19,
Nah, niggas not
Steph
rocking with
all the
that
way
one.
down
Never
at
mind.
27,
Chat, y'all rocking
Isaiah
with
Thomas
that type of
at
list?
65.
They got John
This
Stockton
Reddit
top 30.
user went through the trouble of creating an entire model from scratch to achieve the goal of, as he put it, quantifying careers using a formula that combines accolades with simple advanced stats while compensating for era and benchmarking,
Oh,
plus
never mind.
adjusting the
That
weights
might
of the
be- that might
formula
be-
against approximate expected
Let him
rankings
cook, let him
using
cook.
least squared regression. In
Let
other
him cook,
words,
let him
he
cook.
used a whole lot of stats and accolades, made some applicable adjustments, and put together an all-time top 100 ranking.
This
the
might be-
results came in, and people hated it. Together an all-time top 100 ranking. The results
But
came in.
look. Mike at 1, Brian at 2, Kareem at 3, Bill at 4. Fuck no. Bill Russell only. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look. Them rings. How many points did them 11 rings give him? Cause, what the fuck, bro? Nah, again.
And people hated
Use
it.
Irvin
The glaring
top
flaw
20.
in this
Fuck no.
method, as well as every other method that attempts to be completely objective in its approach, is that it's not objective. Even concrete things like stats and awards
why
will
did they have a whole
inevitably
bunch of
have
old
some
ass
sort
niggas
of
top-
weight or value attached to
gang.
them based partially off of opinion. What is a championship worth, and how do you factor it in? Should there be an era tax on players who played half a century ago? If there is, when does it no longer apply? The 80s? 90s? Is peak more important than longevity, or is it the other way around?
I told you, bro, you gotta have context clues and shit. Like, every ring got an asterisk. We know that much. But how big is the fucking asterisk? Is the asterisk as big as Kawhi Leonard and the Golden State Warriors whole team disintegrating in the NBA Finals? Or is the asterisk as big as like 2018 where maybe the Warriors shouldn't even have been in the finals and it should have been, you feel me, that it should have been James Harden? Or 2016, like what type of asterisk are we putting? Is it the injury asterisk or is it the Michael Jordan played in an expansion? So literally, the team that went to the finals, like almost went to the finals 2 years in a row, the Timberwolves literally just existed, which is why everybody's breaking Kevin Garnett's records, because the records are only like 5-year-old records, opposed to Michael Jordan, which the Bulls is like a old ass team, or the Lakers. Like, how many teams have been in the NBA for 75, 80 years? So it's like you got to bring that up. So Bill Russell by default could only be maybe top 30, because it was 10 teams in the NBA. Then you got to realize there was only a 7-round series or 7-game series in the first round only like 20 years ago, which is why Michael Jordan was getting busted super fast. Pause indeed by the Celtics. So I was like, how many of these? The context clues. That's why I'm like, it go right back to, we really shouldn't be ranking nothing that happened before 2000s. But for real, like, before Michael Jordan, before them 3-piece, really, it's hard to even register anything. Because niggas, no luxury tax. It was 10 teams in the team. So whatever team was rich as fucking had shit that niggas wanted to live at. Like LA and Boston, niggas was gonna play there. Niggas was gonna play in them shitty ass towns. So it go right back to what's happening right now, bro.
Even awards themselves, like MVPs and DPOYs, are voted on by people with their own personal bias. Creating some sort of formula involves
the LeBron
attributing
shit,
value
bro.
to
LeBron got a
all of these
DPOY,
things,
so it's
but
like,
without
we
any
even argue?
impartial method of weighing all of these factors without
Kobe didn't get
injecting
them
some sort
MVPs
of
'cause of the
personal
great.
bias, the pursuit of creating a perfectly accurate ranking
Like,
becomes virtually impossible.
what are we talking about? The
So
allegations.
what if we
of
just
some sort.
remove the personal bias? What if we strictly use data and numbers, two important factors that have no bias, to make a completely accurate and nonpartisan all-time
Like
ranking?
defensive win shares and not
because
actual
the
accolades?
rankings get really weird really
They
fast. For example, Box Plus Minus has Nikola Jokic as far and away the best player of all time.
Oh, we using boxer minus after Russ averaged a triple double and they changed it. Oh, buddy, I keep telling you, Jimmy High Roller, we don't use boxer minus without explaining that Russ was the best box minus player before that shit. I'm, bruh. Come on, bro. Boxer minus is AKA the Russ stat, bro. Fuck Jokic, bro. You got me so mad I didn't skip through the goddamn. I hit my desk so hard, bro. This shit just like, come on, bro.
Create in pursuit of what if we in fact, well, Minus has Nicole.
And then it's Michael Jordan, it's LeBron, and it's Luka. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's stats, bro. How is David Robinson top 5, but Russell Westbrook, who's averaged triple-double for 4 years, nowhere to be found, my nigga? Exactly, bro. Like, we got a triple-double here. We got a triple-double here. We got a triple-double here. But the nigga with the most triple-doubles is nowhere to be found? This is why we don't take box plus or minus BPM out anymore.
Jokic
This is
as
my last
far
time
and away
addressing it
the
in
best
today's
player
video.
of all time. It also has Luka Doncic 4th, David Robinson 6th, and Tim Duncan 19th.
My nigga, where's Russell? Exactly, bro. Get the
But
fuck out of here.
in the
Where's
right
Russ at?
hands and with enough data,
Fuck you.
and when used in conjunction with one another, a purely data-driven approach could lead us in the right direction. And this is what Ben Taylor of Thinking Basketball did back in 2017 when he created his top 40 list. As Ben says when describing his methodology, I won't attempt to balance Kobe's championships with Shaq, nor do I care about accolades like all-star teams or the number of Hall of Fame teammates someone played with. I also don't care about how many rings a player won. The very thing I'm trying to tease out is who provided the most lift. Instead of trying to assign value to things like rings and MVPs, Ben's list ranks players based on who provided the largest increase in the odds of a team winning a championship over the course of their career. Ben's specific method and reasoning is probably the best out there when it comes to seeking an objective ranking, using the best advanced metrics available and using them
LeBron would still have to be
logically to
somewhere
find
like
the
top
most
10.
accurate conclusion. The
Or top
results of
3.
this experiment were eventually updated in 2022 and are generally accepted as a really solid list without the outliers or massive holes that other lists have. The only problem is,
James
this
Harden
is not an all-time player ranking. As Ben stated, this list is a player evaluation, not necessarily a ranking of the greatest players of all time. And it's evaluating how good these players were, their abilities and their effectiveness in using those abilities, not how great they were or what they accomplished. A great exercise in determining which players had the largest impact on the court, but not the best method in determining how that impact actually translated to tangible success. For example, this method is providing evidence that Karl Malone had a larger statistical impact than Stephen Curry over the course of his career.
Exactly. So let's bring it back. Jimmy High Roller. This is supposed to be an all-time list, not a best players list. This includes accolades and context. This is just a stat stuffer sheet. That's what I'm saying. So again, Russ would have to be somewhere if we're stuffing stats. That's all I'm saying. If Karl Malone is the top 3 in points, where the fuck is Russ in here? That's all I'm like, bro. So we're gonna fast forward until he starts going back to the original video, because now he's padding runtime.
And calling awards and variants, but going to be if we need instead of I asked a term user did. Back in 2020, an NBA fan on Reddit took it upon himself to survey other NBA fans, 662 of them to be exact.
Was this before or after LeBron won his 4th ring and 4th Finals MVP? Because at this point, that means Steph still has 0 Finals MVPs, and I think that's really the real. And then Jokic isn't like considered GOAT tier. So this probably still is like LeBron James is the fucking GOAT. So
What's
I guess
important to them
good.
in terms of greatness, but even what kind of fan they are.
But if it's right
Among
after
some of
20,
the
this is
questions
definitely
asked
LeBron's the
were,
GOAT.
How long have you been watching the NBA for? The most popular answer was 6 to 9 years. On a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a fan of the NBA are you? Over 80% of the results being at least an 8 out of 10. But here's where things get interesting. One of the questions asked was, what do you think is more important in a player's career? team
Individual
success or
success.
individual success.
But it's a mix.
52% of voters said team success and 48% said individual success. Almost an even 50-50 split between NBA fans in response to a very important question with two very different answers. Even more revealing, voters were asked what are the top 3 most important measures when evaluating who the greatest of all time is. The number 1 answer, career stats, followed by number of championships, number of regular season MVPs, total win shares, and career advanced statistics. The near 50-50 split between the importance of team success versus individual success visible in the almost even voting split between career stats and number of championships. One person can make their rankings based on how good a player was, meanwhile another person could make their rankings based on how much success a player had. Two completely different criterias. So how exactly can we make a player ranking that is agreed upon if we can't even agree on what actually matters, or at least what matters most?
That goes back to, it's just Discord. Like that ass, this goes back to this video doesn't even matter. Because if it's literally a 47 to 53% divide, then my nigga, nobody cares enough. Nobody, like, everybody cares just enough for niggas to like talk about it. But don't nobody care enough to actually be like, okay, the majority, the vast majority actually likes chips. It's half and half. And you realize how many old niggas it is? It's like, it's damn near really career stats. So, but I don't know if niggas is saying, but no, they said 9 years, but how old? I think if we would have known how old the niggas was in this Google form, then we could really tell. But if it's a whole bunch of old ass niggas talking about career on some Michael Jordan stuff, bro, like I gotta pack you out of here, gang. I gotta pack you out of here. If you're above the age of 30, if you're above the age of 30, you're a Michael Jordan fan, right? Because if you're below the age of 30, you didn't watch Michael Jordan. So why do we care about championships? Because if we care about championships and finals MVPs, the greatest that you've seen ever play would have to be LeBron James. He has more finals MVPs and more MVPs, just one less championship than Kobe. So if you think Kobe is the quote-unquote GOAT, it would then have to be Shaq, because Shaq has one less ring, but he has one more finals MVP. So then if it's that asinine, it goes right back to LeBron James. So if you are under 30 and LeBron's not your GOAT, you don't care about the number of championships and finals MVPs. It got to be stats. And then if it's stats, it goes back to LeBron James. So I'm not even trying to be. If it's team accomplishments, it's LeBron James in the last 30 years. If it's individual stats in the last 30 years, it's LeBron James. So LeBron James would have to be the number one in all of these debates. And if you're not caring about number one and you're just caring about your favorite player, then hey, bro, like, be confident in where they are, bro.
No
like,
matter what approach you take, no matter how much
Ball
personal bias or opinion you try to take out of it, the results will always end up skewed in some sort of direction. There's just too many factors. Difference in opinion, difference in what matters most from fan to fan.
Is a top 3 point guard.
But there is one way,
I'm not gonna argue
one method that has been proven to be the best way to get to an accurate conclusion about things otherwise not agreed upon.
Triple-double.
What is this scientifically backed method? It's the exact one Bleacher Report used. Ask people, have you ever seen the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire right now.
It was a game show where contestants would answer a series of multiple choice questions, with each correct answer winning them more money and progressively getting more difficult until the eventual $1 million question. Now, this game show would feature one sole contestant at a time who had to answer these questions by themselves. However, each contestant was granted what were called lifelines, tools the contestant could use to help them answer difficult questions. These 3 lifelines were 50-50, eliminate 2 of the 4 options in a multiple choice question, leaving the contestant with a 50% chance of getting the right answer. Phone a friend, where the contestant could call a friend live on the show for help. And the third one was Ask the Audience, where each member of the audience would vote on what they thought was the correct answer to any given question. All of these lifelines were valuable, but one of them in particular resulted in the correct answer far more than the others. The 50-50 lifeline, as the name suggests, got contestants to the correct answer about 50% of the time. Phoning a friend resulted in contestants getting the correct answer 66% of the time. But asking the audience resulted in the correct answer 92% of the time. By far, the most accurate method of coming to the correct answer for any question in the show's history. And this is a demonstration of a concept known as the wisdom of the crowd. an idea that refers to the collective judgment of a group of people often being more accurate
why
than the
you asking
judgment
me if I
of
found a
any
video about
single
it?
individual, even
This
an
man not
expert.
did it
And
myself.
it is an incredibly accurate method of arriving on the correct answer to any logical question. In 2011, the BBC network put this concept to the test by filling a jar with jelly beans and asking 160 contestants how many jelly beans they thought were in the jar.
Oh,
The
I
answers
remember
were
doing these in high
absolutely
school.
insane, ranging from 500 to 50,000. And yet somehow their collective
I mean, it's a
average
formula.
was unbelievably close to the actual number. After conducting their experiment, it was revealed that there were exactly 4,510 jelly beans in the jar. The average guess among all 160 participants, 4,515. Despite their variance in
Now, what does this
answers,
gotta do about
on
the GOAT debate?
average, the participants were
Or the
able
top
to get
100?
within 99.9.
So are we saying? So is Jimmy High Roller gonna end this video if you average out everybody's takes, you'll find the statistically correct way to settle this debate. So LeBron, like, bro, like this feels like a nothing burger video. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Of the correct answer. By aggregating the opinions
Nigga,
or
what?
estimates of many individuals, the errors and biases of individual judgment
Get
tend
taken
to
out.
cancel each other out,
Yeah,
leading
'cause
to a
it's biased
collective
from both
result
sides.
that is closer to the truth.
So what is it
And
then?
in possibly the most
As long as
roundabout
LeBron
way I
is
could
number
conjure
one, I don't
up,
give
I
a fuck,
think
boy.
this same exact concept can be applied to ranking NBA players on an all-time list. Regardless of what the individuals value
gonna
most,
get
and
to it,
like
though. Get to it, though.
Thomas, teams vote in it every 28th, and everyone else had him somewhere in between. The range of votes for Charles Barkley had him every single player out someone 100 ranking is probably a little wacky.
Lowest
but
is
this
18.
vote inadvertently of Bleacher top 100 ranking is probably a little wacky. But this vote inadvertently balances out someone else who voted Kobe 4th all time. Same goes for every
So
single
make it
player
like
on this
7th,
list.
yeah.
Someone had Jokic 12th all time.
Fuck
Another
no.
voter had him 28th,
I have
and
him at,
everyone
like,
else had him
15?
somewhere in between. The range of votes for Charles Barkley are probably the largest of any player on this list, with one vote for him
Like
as
top
the
10?
18th greatest
Top 20?
player,
And
and
then
another
top
with him
75.
as the
He definitely top-
74th
I'd say
greatest
lowest
player.
is, like,
With
top 75
individual
for sure.
rankings like this, you'd think the final result would be a mess.
Well, they got him
And
at,
yet
like, 40th?
Barkley ended up being ranked 25th all time, right about where he should be. Can we make a completely accurate ranking of the greatest NBA players ever? Well, we can get really close. In terms of how we would create it and what it would look like, you're looking at it. This isn't a matter of opinion, it is a statistical principle. As Bleacher Report put it when describing their methodology, it's an impossible task, especially when
So this is why niggas is mad, cause niggas is mad that it's averaging out that Kobe is like top 2. That's what I'm saying. As long as niggas know that LeBron is top 2, bro, I'm like, all right, bro. It's just bias at that point. It's bias, and it's like it's all right, bro. But you gotta agree to disagree on the bias after. Dang, now I need to look up. Damn, now I'm about to look this up like after the video, cause I doubt y'all wanna see me stare and go, oh, ooh. So I don't even remember what it was, but LeBron's top 2, Michael was 1. It's old ass niggas. You feel me? It is what it is, bro. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, bro. If you disagree with me, bro, type it in the comments below, or you could better yet, come to the live, bro. Come to the Twitch and disagree with me. You feel me? We're live every day from like 9 to 4 a.m. Anywhere from 9 to 4 a.m. every day, bro. This is day 469 of me live streaming daily. So I mean, just come in. I'm a night out demon. So I feel me. Y'all niggas don't be sleep. Y'all niggas don't be sleep before midnight. I'm live before midnight minimum every day. So come to the live, bro. Chill. We play games, and by games I mean we play Marvel Rivals, Rage a little bit, maybe a lot. Depends on them EOMM demons. But you feel me? I'll see you on the next video. Comment below how you feel. You know, disagree. If you made it this far, I love you. I give you a hug, give you smooch, all that. So I see you on the next video. I love y'all.